Say your home's been on the market and it didn't sell.
And now you're thinking, do I just rent it out instead?
Because at that point, it kind of feels like the logical next step.
Yeah, like, okay, if it didn't sell, maybe I'll just turn it into a rental.
But is that actually the right move or just the easiest one to fall into?
Hi, I'm Angelique Hauser.
And I'm Sunny Krishnar, and this is West Valley Weekly.
Today, we want to talk about what really happens when a home doesn't sell.
And whether renting it out is actually the right move or just feels like one. We're seeing more homeowners become what's called accidental landlords.
That's when someone planned to sell, didn't get the result they wanted, and decided to rent the home instead.
And that's where it gets interesting because renting becomes the default decision. And while it may sound simple, it actually is a much bigger decision.
And those are usually the decisions that deserve a second look.
So the first thing we usually ask is, does the home actually work well as a rental?
Not every home does it. It depends on location, condition, and even what tenants are looking for in that area.
And also what kind of rent you can realistically get, because if the numbers don't make sense, the whole strategy starts to fall apart.
The second thing is, what are you actually signing up for?
Because renting it out sounds simple, but it's not always passive.
It's maintenance, repairs, tenant communication, and sometimes dealing with things at the most inconvenient times.
It's very true. So is this about, can I rent it out? Or more about, do I want to manage this?
The third question is, have you ran the numbers? Because renting comes with additional expenses.
High insurance, maintenance, possible vacancies, and if you use a property manager, that's another expense.
So the real question is, does it actually make financial sense for you?
Lastly, are you solving the right problem? And this is the part we don't talk about enough. Sometimes the issue isn't that the home cannot sell.
It's that something about the strategy isn't aligned. Pricing, presentation, marketing. And when that's the case, renting becomes a workaround, not necessarily the best solution. So the takeaway is renting can absolutely be a good option, but it should be a decision you choose, not one that falls into your lap.
Because renting isn't just a backup plan, it's a completely different strategy with its own responsibilities.
Because renting and selling are two completely different paths, and choosing between them should be intentional, not reactive.
So if you're in that position right now, it really helps to step back and look at both options clearly.
And understand what each one actually means for your time, finances, and long-term plans.
And sometimes just talking through it can bring a lot of clarity.
And if you would like help thinking through what makes the most sense for your situation,
we're always here as a resource for you and our community.
Follow us weekly for your West Valley insights.
See you next week.